Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Engineer's Life series, and today we are going to be jumping into some auto crafting as well as setting up some more metal presses. So let's go ahead and let's jump on into today's episode. In the last episode, guys, we went ahead and we got a new friend here, which we will be naming here today at the end of the episode. So make sure you stick around for that to see what his name ends up being. And also, in the last episode, we made selector panels, so that way we can select our ores and stuff we need to get dug up by the excavators, which is really nice. But I started playing around with the things we're going to be doing today, which is the auto crafters. I started playing around with that a bit, and it hit me. We could make this wireless. Let me hop over in a creative world, and I'll show you that real quick before we get into auto crafting and stuff like that. Okay, so essentially, this here is my setup. Doesn't look like a whole lot, and honestly it kind of isn't. Basically all you need is, well, the crafters. Those are the main part of this thing here for the wireless switch or whatever. So essentially what I did is, well, as you can see, I have the wireless transmitter thing to basically bring the signal from this here so I can like access storage and stuff here, route it over there. So that way it can be wireless, you don't have to run cables everywhere. And then it goes right into this crafter. When you select an item for the crafter to like craft stuff, which you set up patterns and stuff for, it'll then like send the items needed to craft said item into this hopper, which gets detected by this, which turns on the piston, which then extends this piston and turns on the circuit. So if I just go in here, and I do Control Shift click and then I start the crafting, as you can see it'll then turn this on, and I do it without having to actually go manually press a button, meaning yeah, you could like literally turn on the excavators in our case, in my case anyway, turn those on from literally anywhere in my base. I'll try to go into like the pattern stuff a little bit more better in a bit, but yeah, I thought that was a neat idea. Essentially what that means is you can literally turn on any redstone contraption around your world just through your wireless grid, which is absolutely awesome. So thought I'd share that with you. But anyway, let's go ahead, let's jump into what we're gonna do here today. So what we're gonna be using the auto crafters for is for this thing, the metal press. Basically I want to make 5 more metal presses, and then for each of them obviously you'll be able to craft different things like wires. I think this was like the wires, this one was gears, the unpacker, so turning it into ingots and turning it into blocks, and we also have the plate one right here. So we need 6 in total, and yeah, we need to set up the crafters so that way we can send each of the metals basically to a metal press and be able to craft each of these things from pretty much every metal. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get started on that. So I think right here would be a pretty good place to go ahead and throw all the metal presses along with crafters and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is where we're going to throw everything, right here in this empty corner. And now it's time to get down to crafting. So there's a few things I'm going to make. Obviously everything for the metal presses. I need 5 more of those. And I'm going to make these here just so that way we can have it be wireless and I don't have to run cables for the crafters and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And we're also going to have to make the pattern grid as well and the patterns. So I have a little bit of crafting to do. So let's go ahead and let's jump into a bunch of crafting, guys. all the crafting is officially completed, guys, but sadly, poor Rman here ran out of diamonds, so go on my excavator. Hopefully we can get a few diamond blocks and stuff and get enough diamonds to make a few more crafters, because yeah, we're gonna need at least 6 of them in total. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's start looking into these crafters. So before we get started with the crafters and stuff, we actually have to go ahead and make patterns, which you've seen me craft there earlier. We need these patterns here, and we need to basically give them a recipe. So to do that there, what we gotta do is put down our pattern grid, just like that, and we find something we need to make a pattern for. So I'm gonna do iron, because I have a decent amount of iron sitting here, so let's do 9 pieces of iron. Right like that, and let's get an iron block. Perfect. And what I want to do here, this is like normal crafting table stuff here, I'm pretty sure, so I want to hit the processing, and I just held 9 iron. You'll get 1 iron block, and then I want to put my pattern up here and click this, and now it tells me input 9 iron, output 1 iron block. That is what we need. So right here is where we will be making the blocks. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get the crafter out, and we are going to place it back here and make sure it's facing the right way. So we want this little thing, the thing with like the kind of cube in the center, we want that facing this way. Now if we hit in here, we actually got to connect this up real quickly. So I want to get a cable. I think I had a few. Yes, I had a few of them here. Nice. So just hook that up. That'll power this on. And then what we got to do is just put the pattern in it, and we should be good to go. So if we head back out here, and now it's at this one here, so let's try crafting something. So let's look up our iron, and what you want to do, shift control, click on that, and let's just make a stack. Okay, it looks like I got a bunch missing, so let's do a little bit less than a stack. So control shift, let's just do 20 for now. Yeah, that's available, so start that up. So there we go, it's all working. That is awesome. Now we can just tell this whenever we're starting to stockpile a lot of ingots, we can tell it, hey, we want to make blocks. So that part there is officially working, but there's something else we can do here. So once we get the blocks, we're gonna want to go ahead and put those back into the system. So what we need to do, or what I'm pretty sure we can do, is just put like an importer cable here, and then connect that all the way back in here to our transmitter or whatever that we're using for wireless connection between there and over here. And we should be able to just put the blocks right back into our storage. So let's go ahead, let's craft up that cable, and let's give it a shot. Now let's go ahead, let's try this out. So I have the cable here, so we should be able to just place it here, then run this underneath. And I think if we go ahead and we connect it there, let me just make sure there's stuff in here. Yeah, they got 20 iron blocks, so they should all go back in the system if I do this, right? Yeah, they're slowly draining out. And if we go in here, yeah, it's slowly going up. So yes, that works. So we can just do that, have it craft the things we need. They go in here and they go straight back into the system. So now we just got to go ahead, make some more recipes, and then kind of copy and paste it for all of these. Everything has officially been copied and pasted over, guys. I basically just went ahead, I connected all the cables to the first one we did here, and then they all just go over to the network receiver back there. Now another thing I decided to do is, since there's not a whole lot of space for recipes in these, like we look at this one for example, that one's full, and I'm probably going to need to craft more blocks and stuff. This one here is also full, so definitely going to need more space there. But anyway, I decided to move these all back one, so that way I can just stack a crafter on top of the other here, and have one of these here just so that crafter on top can input here, and then just drop the items down onto the conveyor belt below. So that's kind of my solution there. We have a total of 3 conveyor belts we can stack up in here, so that should be plenty of space. And I also went ahead I didn't make like every ore like I did say. I just made the ones that basically I'm gonna use. So like for these, I only ever really use these plates from what I remember. And for the rods, I only ever use steel. So I went ahead and just did things that I happen to use of each type. With that there, guys, all the auto crafting that I wanted to set up has officially been finished. I don't think there's anything else I need to do, but before we call it here, there's a few things I do need to do. So since we have all these cables set up and we can have everything just be put into our storage, I think it'd be a good idea to set the same thing up for like the arc furnace and the crusher as well, because I tend to use those a lot, and the chests here, they get filled up pretty quickly, so I think it'd be a good idea if I set something up to just put it directly into our storage. So let's go ahead and do that. I just need to craft up a few cables, and that will be it. Did you guys know that apparently the most overused name there is apparently James? I didn't know that. I was expecting something like David, maybe Daniel or John, something like that, because you see those names everywhere. I have never met a James, but apparently it is the most used name, or at least according to a very quick, like 10-second Google search. Why would I bring that up, you may ask? Well, because that is gonna be the name of our friend here. Yep, that's right. The name's James. James spawned. Get it, guys? Because it's a Minecraft joke. He would have had the spawn in because it's Minecraft. You guys get it? I'm funny, right? Guys, why are you leaving? Stop leaving. But with bad name puns and stuff like that out of the way there, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it quits for this episode. We got a lot done. Got all the auto crafters all set up and ready to go. Everything I need anyway for auto crafting, at least for the time being. But yeah, that is going to be it, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know you're enjoying the modded series and want to see more. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Till then, have a great time, everybody.